You feel it when someone forgets your name after you have already met twice. You feel it when you are talked over in a meeting. You feel it when someone else gets praised for the thing you quietly did. You feel it scrolling and realizing everyone else seems 10 steps ahead. You feel it when a friend gets promoted and you are still waiting. This is not envy. This is not bitterness. This is status. And status is not optional, because status is not about what you have. Status is about how you are treated. It is about whether people listen when you speak, whether they give you patience when you stumble, whether they assume competence or assume incompetence, whether your existence registers or fades into background noise. And here is what no one tells you. Status is belonging with a scoreboard. This is video 7, RC07, The Status Trap. Part 1, The Ladder You Pretend You Do Not Live On. We like to think we are above it, that we do not care about status, that we are just trying to do good work and be good people. But the body knows. Your body knows when someone treats you like you do not matter, and it knows when someone treats you like you do. Because status is not abstract, it is visceral. It shows up in who gets interrupted, who gets believed, who gets second chances, who gets remembered, who gets warmth. And the deeper truth is this: status is being treated like your existence registers, and low status is being treated as if it does not. So when people say, "I do not care about status," what they often mean is, I do not want to admit how much it hurts when I am ranked low. Part 2, The Core Wound. Not I have less, but I am less. Here is the thing about hierarchy that most people miss. The deepest pain is not I have less. The deepest pain is I am less. Because hierarchy does not just distribute resources, it distributes worth. And when worth becomes conditional on rank, something breaks inside you. You start to internalize the ladder. You start to believe that your value is determined by your title, your follower count, your salary, your zip code, your alma mater, the room you can get into. And slowly, quietly, your identity becomes ranked. Your sense of self rises and falls with your perceived position. And this is the trap. You cannot rest when your worth depends on proof. Part 3, How Hierarchy Installs a Ranked Self. Let me show you the mechanism. This is how hierarchy converts a person into a performance. Status defines worth. Your value is no longer inherent, it is positional. Worth demands proof. Because if worth is positional, you must constantly prove you deserve your place. Proof requires constant comparison. You must show you are better, faster, smarter, more useful than others. Any slip threatens shame. Because if you fall, you do not just lose rank, you lose the right to be treated with dignity. And once this loop installs, your identity becomes fragile. Because you are no longer living from your center, you are living from your rank. And rank is always threatened, always conditional, always temporary. Part 4, We Climb for Love, 640. Now here is the part that breaks my heart. We do not climb the ladder because we are greedy. We climb the ladder because we want to be loved. We climb because we believe that if we reach a certain height, people will see us. People will value us. People will protect us. People will treat us gently. We climb because we think status will give us safety. And in a brutal world, that is not irrational. High-status people do get treated better. They get more patience, more benefit of the doubt, more time, more grace. So the logic makes sense. If I climb high enough, I will finally be safe enough to be loved. But here is the tragedy. The thing you want most, to be treated like you matter, you have been taught to earn. And that is the wound. Because belonging should not require a scoreboard. But the scoreboard does not give safety. It gives suspense. because even when you win, the winning does not end the game. It only raises the standard. Part 5. Why inequality exists if everyone has the same need. So if everyone has equal existential claims, if everyone is somebody, why do societies produce unequal recognition? Because recognition is not distributed ethically, it is distributed structurally. Here is the distinction. Equality of dignity is an ethical truth. Inequality of recognition is a social technology. Dignity is infinite, but attention, opportunity, protection, and resources are not. So societies build a shortcut, hierarchy. And hierarchy does 3 things. It coordinates groups quickly. Who leads, who decides, who is trusted. It allocates scarcity. Who gets time, who gets second chances, who gets listened to. It creates compliance, because when belonging feels conditional, people perform to avoid being downgraded. The latter persists not because some people deserve dignity more. It persists because systems convert a universal human need to matter into a competitive structure to matter more. Part 6. Shame. The currency that keeps the system running. If status is the scoreboard, shame is the penalty. Shame is how the system enforces the ranking, because shame is not just I did something wrong. Shame is I am wrong, I am inferior, I am unworthy. And that is why low status is so painful. Not primarily because of material discomfort, but because of humiliation, because to be treated brusquely, ignored, rushed, trampled, is not just unpleasant. It is an assault on self-respect. And this is why people chase status even when it destroys them. Not because they love the prizes, but because they fear the punishment. They fear becoming socially unsafe. Part 7. Ancient, not personal failure. These rank dynamics are ancient. Your brain evolved in tribes where status often meant, do you belong? Are you protected? Do you get fed? So when you feel comparison, shame, hunger for approval, it does not mean you are weak. It means your nervous system is doing what it was designed to do. But being human does not mean letting the latter become your identity. Part 8. Ambition versus status addiction. Ambition says, I want to build. I want to create. I want to do justice to my potential. But status addiction says, my growth must be seen. If the world does not approve, I become unbearable to myself. Ambition is about what you are becoming. Status addiction is about what you are being rated. And if you live for the rating, every room becomes a ranking. Every conversation becomes a test. Every person becomes either a threat or a mirror. And slowly, you lose the softness of being alive. Part 9. The interrupt. So what do? Not stop caring what people think. That is not how nervous systems work. Here is the interrupt. Do one thing regularly with 0 rank signal. One thing that does not make you impressive. That does not convert into proof. It could be walking without your phone, cooking slowly, journaling, making art you never post, helping someone anonymously, learning something as a beginner. The activity does not matter. The message does. My existence does not require an audience to be valid. My worth does not need proof to be real. The deeper goal is not quit the ladder. The deeper goal is stop letting the ladder define whether you get to belong. If status is belonging with a scoreboard, freedom begins when you stop letting the scoreboard decide whether you deserve belonging. Your worth is not a position. Your worth is not a title. Your worth is not what you can prove. You do not have to climb to deserve love. You do not have to perform to deserve respect. You are not a score. You are a soul.